Okay, from the beginning. My name is Darcy Miller, and I am currently in IA 445, which is Ethical Hacking and Defensive Security, and I will be discussing Hashcat. The tools I will be using for this presentation is VMware, which is a virtual machine, Kali Linux, or Ubuntu, which I have installed manually onto VMware per download, and Hashcat. Hashcat is usually pre-installed in the boxes themselves, but you can search and download them if need to for testing purposes. The agenda for the presentation is what is Hashcat, what is its purpose, how it is used, a link for the demonstration, and references. Topic number 1. What is Hashcat? Hashcat is an advanced password recovery tool deemed to be the fastest password cracking program. Hashcat is a free, open source tool that houses over 100 algorithms that can be used to hash and crack passwords. You can also utilize its ability to be installed and used on multiple operating systems, multiple platforms, and multiple devices. Topic 2. What is the importance or purpose in relation to cybersecurity? Why would you choose Hashcat? Hashcat is a versatile tool used for password cracking. It can be used by either adversary or analyst to reverse engineer hashes to passwords via brute force. It can be used to perform dictionary attacks and make unreadable credentials readable. It can also target multiple coding aspects at one time. It is important to utilize this tool primarily from a pen testing or vulnerability management perspective in a corporate or small business world to test the integrity of company passwords and credentials. This in turn can save companies thousands in mitigation expenses if there was a compromise in the system. Human error in the regard to choosing passwords is one of the major causes in security breaches. This tool can help teach individuals how important strong, secure passwords are in order to protect oneself and their workplace. Topic number 3. How does it work? How would one that does not know a password try and gain entry into a secured account? You would guess it, right? That is primarily the functionality Hashcat provides. Hashcat uses a set of algorithms that takes a password and guesses it based off a dictionary or word list that has been stored within its programming. An example of Hashcat setup. This is using the Hashcat-H to start the program in Kali Linux. How does it work? Continued. For testing purposes, I'm going to create a hashed password text file. In the real world, you wouldn't be doing this as a pen tester. You would be testing your system and account passwords. This is merely an example of how it would look when hashed or encrypted passwords are reverse engineered by an adversary via brute force. I will use the following command to create the text file with specific passwords hashed using MD5-SUM. This is not the only way to encrypt or decrypt passwords using Hashcat. MD5-SUM stands for Message Digest Algorithm 5. It is a cryptographic hash algorithm that can be used to create a 128-bit string value from an arbitrary length string. MD5 is commonly used to verify the integrity of files. However, it is also used in other security protocols and applications, such as SSH, SSL, and IPsec. And you can see the commands that are used to create the target_hashes.txt file. How does it work? Continued. For testing purposes, after repeating the previous step to build my hashed text file, I will need to make sure that the text file includes my hashes. I will do this by using the cat function and the following command. As you can see, I decided to cat target_hashes.txt file, which shows that I do have the two hash passwords in that file. As you can see as the example above, I do have two hashes in my target_hash.txt file, and I will now want to reverse engineer the hashes in order to crack the passwords. This is the technique you would use, but not limited to in order to brute force hack passwords on a victim system. For testing purposes, after we've made sure the file exists and is hashed, we move on to the reverse engineering of the file via the following command. Once you take a look at the hashcat command, and mind you being very, very careful of the spaces in between your letters and characters, everything. Um, the hyphen M0 and the hyphen A0 is very important to make sure that those two are together. And actually, if I need to make a correction where it says hyphen O and then cracked.txt, that needs to be closer together in order to actually make this work. Um, when you're reading this anywhere else, it does look like everything is spaced out, and you do have to almost kind of trial and error run these codes and commands in there in order to get it to work properly. Otherwise, you won't get anywhere. um, to describe this a little bit better, you can see it looks like there's spaces in between these. The hyphen M0 designates the type of hash we are cracking, which is the MD5, because that's what we originally told it to do. Um, the hyphen A0 designates a dictionary attack. When you first originally open up Hashcat, it actually will show you several different kinds of attacks that you can choose from. Usually when you're doing MD5, you do match it with the zero, both the hyphen M0 and the hyphen A0. If you try and alter those numbers, the commands will not work. Then you have the hyphen O cracked.txt file, which is the output file for the cracked passwords. That is the file that is created after the fact, and that is where you will find the once hashed passwords in plain text. The next part of the command shows the target underscore hashes.txt, which is our input file, which is the file that we originally created with the passwords. And then we want to direct this into the user share word list, which is where the rocku.txt file, that's a pre-programmed dictionary within Hashcat that is going to use uh, the MD5 algorithm to match the passwords with. After we use the previous command, you will get the following message that the hashcat has cracked the passwords that were created. This does and does not work sometimes. Like I said, if you're not careful, it will not crack it. Again, trial and error will help with this. And if there are matching passwords within the dictionary or word list that you are using, then it will crack it and you will have your plain text passwords. And then this is is my demonstration link, and shows a video of me creating the text files and then hashing them.